if you watched our last video, you're going to know that while we were at an event for 5 days, somebody was trying to steal stuff from the property. If you didn't watch that video, this is me telling you that now. It's really unfortunate. Where we were just at our shop up the mountain a little bit, we dealt with some really bad thieves and the shop getting broken into a lot. And I ended up investing in a pretty good security system for cameras all around the shop, and it did stop the thieves at that time, right? But we just got this new shop and this new property, and we were, you know, thinking we were in a better neighborhood, and it wasn't something that we necessarily needed to worry about. I brought that camera system with me and installed it all around this property here. But we were just in an event for 5 days, and all of a sudden, and luckily one of my friends let me use his Starlink, so I didn't necessarily have service, but I was able to do Wi-Fi stuff. And it was 12 o'clock at night, and all of the sudden my camera system was triggering, and I opened up the app and I seen a dude creeping, right? And I will show all of the clips that I have, which isn't many, but I saw a dude creeping with a gas can, and immediately I'm like, so I can talk through my camera system. The thing is, like, I'm hundreds of miles away, so like it's only gonna go through the camera as fast as like the Wi-Fi will travel, I guess I should say. So I was like, hey man, I was trying to scare the guy, right? Hey, I'm calling the cops, da 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 da. And it's 12 o'clock at night, and I messaged my neighbor. Luckily I have his phone number, and immediately he was out there. So basically what happened is, and I've talked to the neighbor, and I'll get into all that too, but so all of this action happened underneath of the tiny home over there. So we'll go finish the story and kind of run you through everything that happened once we get over there, but I want to show you something else. Let's go. So the first thing I did when I got back is I just kind of checked everything out, and I was looking for his gas can, and I noticed that the gas cap of the Jeep was laying on the ground. So I haven't even checked the Jeep yet to see, like, you know, did he get the whole tank? I don't know. So we got to check that. Looks a little, oh yeah, he was in there. Dang. So this one's to be determined, but yeah, this thing was poked over to the side. So he got the Jeep, man, because I found the cap on the ground. Now let's go over here and I'll tell you the whole story. The other vehicle I checked was Minion. Now this gas cap wasn't messed with, so I think homie was smart enough to realize that this was probably a diesel and would have been a bad move. So I haven't actually opened them up because we've been unpacking since we got back from the event, but the cap wasn't laying on the ground like it was on the Jeep. Now let's go to the scene of the crime. Let's go. All right, so I'm actually going to show you all the clips that I have at the end of this probably, but I'm gonna kind of tell you what happened. So basically, if you look over here, you're gonna see that camera with a floodlight system, right? So when that camera is triggered, those floodlights, boom. So it's dark out here in the middle of the night, right? So I think homie, well, I seen him, I'll show you, but he had his little gas can, right? And he's rolling up in here, boom, floodlight hits him. That's why you watch him drop to the ground and try and hide his face from the camera, because he didn't have a mask on, and he's probably local, right? So there's a long clip. He's basically hiding below here, trying to like have the camera go off, and then you're gonna see him get up and walk away, trying not to show his face, right? So that's what you see on the cameras. But I talked to the neighbor, and I've also found out a few things. So let's talk about that. So that's what you see on the camera system, and that is my theory on what happened. The floodlight kind of lit him up and he hid, right? But I obviously didn't know much till I got back to the property and I actually talked to my neighbor, right? So when the camera system first went off and I was talking to him through the camera, I messaged my neighbor. I was like, hey, there's somebody on my property right now, blah, 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 blah. and I didn't hear from him, but I see my neighbor in the camera system, right? So I knew he came over here and confronted the guy, and he told me he talked to him. I'm not gonna show those clips because I don't want to put his face on the internet, you know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what he told me. So basically, he said he was already outside, right? He said he was already, or no, what did he say? No, he said he was up. So at 12 o'clock I texted him, and he said he was up watching TV or doing something like that. He got the text, he didn't even respond, and he got his flashlight, and he came out here, shined it on the guy, and said, "Hey, do you have business over here?" And the guy was obviously spooked. And he said that the gentleman said, "Oh, I just needed gas to get to work in the morning." And obviously he had his gas can, and he just kept walking. He didn't want to stop, which is a smart criminal. And what's my neighbor gonna do? Fight him in the middle of the street? So he kind of let him go, and I don't really want to tell you what he did say to the man because I don't want to, you know. But anyways, my neighbor messaged me and said, "I don't think he'll be coming back here anymore." So it's a little crazy and a little unfortunate that this is happening. I have a lot of cameras already, and I'm probably going to get more. And one of the things that I wasn't sure about was whether the guy had a car or not, like whether he was local. And my neighbor told me he's on foot. So if you got 5 gallons of gas, you're not going that far, right? So it's probably some local dude. So we're gonna be out here looking for him. So if that homie or any of his homies are watching this video, we're waiting for you, bro. So it's really sad and unfortunate, but I just wanted to share with you kind of what happened in more detail so you have all the facts and kind of know what's going on. And hopefully I don't have to make another one of these videos. So hopefully the next video we'll be doing something cool, like building a studio or remodeling something. But thanks for watching this long. I'm Isaac, and if this is the first time you've ever found this channel, we're not getting broken into every day. This just happens once in a while. Peace out. Hey, bro.